What's up, guys? Welcome, Lauren Pritchard. Just wanted to share a dream and share a little tidbit from someone came from the Ukraine to speak at my church today. In my dream, I was working as a cashier at a grocery store. So the grocery store is very symbolic, but actually not even symbolic. It was like thinking about the war on food and famine that's coming to America. Listening to this gentleman from the Ukraine and the destruction that they had was so brutal and barbaric. And I know it's coming for America. I think it's going to be a little different. And I think it's going to come in the form of attack on food and resources. So anyways, in the dream, I was working as a cashier at this grocery store, and, people were kind of cashing out, and it was not really like you were excited about the people that were coming up to cash out for their food, and Donald Trump was next in line. And when he came up to the cashier, I was sort of like not super excited about him either. And, he just kind of like came and went. And then, because things had gotten so bad, it was weird, because in the dream, it was like you knew the next customer was going to be the antichrist. And people were, not like me personally, but like in general, speaking of, it's like, I'm like an analogy for America. We don't really like necessarily want Donald Trump. But something's happening where I don't think he's going to be like duly elected. I think something is going to happen to Kamala, related to the deliverance from Mystery Babylon. She represents Mystery Babylon, and God delivers us from Mystery Babylon. So something is going to take Kamala out of the way, which is going to just automatically make Donald Trump the president. He's going to be sort of like the president without actually getting, duly elected. So it was like not super excited to see him and cash him out and whatever, but because things had gotten so bad, you knew that the next customer was the Antichrist. And in the dream, because I knew the next customer was going to be the Antichrist, I was excited, right? Because things are going to get so bad in America that people will be excited to welcome the Antichrist. He's this figure that's going to seemingly fix all of our problems. And in the dream, because I knew that the next customer was the Antichrist, I, wanted a nicer outfit. I wanted to put on better shoes. I wanted to be presentable. I wanted to do my hair and makeup. I wanted to be like really ready and excited to greet this Antichrist at the grocery store. I hope you're understanding all these analogies as I explain myself to be symbolic of America. And it's the food and the famine and the resources that is going to be attacked so bad that people are going to welcome this figure so well. They're going to be so excited to welcome this figure. So that was my dream. And it kind of ended. There was no like after that. It was just like you were just ready for the Antichrist and people were excited about it. So I went to church today. It was really funny because I hadn't been in a while, but God guided me to go today. And there was a speaker that had flown in from the Ukraine. My church is very long time, 20 years friendly with the country Ukraine. They're like very connected, very empathic, and have sympathy for Ukraine and have been really involved in the Ukraine. So they had their friend come who worked in military. He's a pastor, and he was sharing stories about being in the war in Ukraine. You can imagine, I kind of lost it when he said, if you couldn't hear the voice of God, you were dead. He said, if you couldn't hear, if God was not guiding your every step, you were dead. So it was just really powerful and impactful, really eye-opening. And, I'll share something personal. I kind of feel like a fraud because we're dealing with the God of wrath and the God of mercy. There are two aspects of God split into two, giving us wrath and mercy. And I sort of feel like a fraud because you know that you need the wrath. There's a lot of human trafficking that was going on in the Ukraine. You needed the wrath, but you also resent the wrath. And then you need the mercy, but you also resent mercy because that allows for a lot of evil. So I sort of feel like a fraud. Like it's such a split, like you're just like split in your kind of, I don't have opinions, but I feel sort of split in my spirit, like wrath and mercy, like without each other, this balance, it's sort of like both of them are insane. So we put our faith in Christ Jesus, God Most High. Okay, that's it. Mr. Beast is not the Antichrist. It's James Casbolt. But yeah, I know a lot of people are trying to say, they were like, thought it was Obama, and now they're saying it's Mr. Beast. It's sort of a commercialized prophecy. It's actually James Casbolt. Obama showed himself as an outright demon, had the vibe with Jeff Bezos. Well, Jeff Bezos set up shop in West Texas, and West Texas is having like unprecedented earthquakes. So that's kind of interesting. But it's not Mr. Beast. It's actually James Casbolt. So that's the Antichrist. If you don't mind me saying. Alrighty, that's that. You're the right kind of people. Love y'all so much. Have a beautiful day. Talk to you again really soon. Sorry about the audio in my last video. My Bluetooth speaker was on. That's why it was so bad. But yeah, check you later.